Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Abigail and you're so welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you ways on how you can go about growing back your edges. So if you clicked on this video, it means you want to know what you can do in order to grow back your lost edges. Don't worry, sweetheart, I got you covered. So endeavor to watch this video to the very end, okay? So without wasting much time, let's get straight right into the video. So it's actually not a new thing seeing a lot of women, young ladies losing their edges, having bald edges or thin edges. And there are actually several things that cause different people to lose their edges. So in this video, the first thing I'm going to be explaining is what are the causes as to why some people or you might probably have lost your edges or will probably lose your edges. The first factor is genetics. Genetics play an important role when it comes to every individual hair. Okay, genetics is very important. Why I said genetics play an important role is because if you actually have somebody in your family that has experienced hair loss, probably due to androgenic alopecia, it is very possible for you to like experience hair loss because it is in your genetics, like your family genetics. So it is very high for you to like experience hair loss as well. And that is one cause as to why you might lose your edges if you have somebody in your family that's actually experiencing hair loss due to alopecia. The next one is breakage. Breakage is more of like the most common factor as to why a lot of people lose their edges. And this breakage tends to happen when you malhandle your hair, you tend to like make tight hairstyle, you don't moisturize your hair. There are several things that can actually cause you to lose your edges, but breakage is more of like a word to like use to classify all those bad habits as to why you might lose your edges. The next one is medical condition, and that medical condition involves hormonal imbalance. That is when you get to like see pregnant women after giving birth. The next thing is that they experience postpartum hair loss, whereby their hair tends to like fall off. That is medical condition, having hormonal balance. Another one could be as a result of stress, because when you are very stressed, your hormones tend to like react, and the way it can react is by actually making you lose your edges. So these are all the factors as to why you might probably be losing your edges. And the only way you can actually grow back your edges is when you're able to like figure out which of this factor that has actually caused you to lose your edges. Could it be due to genetics? Could it be breakage and other things attached to breakage? Could it also be medical condition? You have to like figure out exactly what the issue is. Then if you're able to like figure out exactly what the issue is, then you'll be able to like focus on it and see ways or what treatment you can use in order to like grow back your edges. So now, how can you grow back your edges? Let's get into that point. Growing back your edges is actually not a one day thing. It actually takes time when you want to like grow back your hair. And growing back your edges requires a lot of patience because it is not something you can grow in a day, in 2 days, or 10 days, or 2 weeks if you've actually lost your edges. So that is one thing you have to bear in mind, that if you actually lost your edges, it's going to take time for your edges to grow back, because most times this part of your hair tends to like grow slow, and that is something you have to like bear in mind. So the first thing you need to do is to watch how you handle your hair. Basically, watch the kind of tools you're actually using for your hair. You want to make sure that you're using the right hair brush. I know a lot of people love to like lay their edges, but do you know that laying your edges can actually make you lose your edges if you're actually not doing it in the right way? Yeah. So you have to like pay attention to how you're handling your hair, most especially your edges, because you're trying to grow back your edges. If you are someone that loves laying your edges, you don't want to end up using hard brush to like lay your edges, because if you are using hard brush to like lay your edges all the time, you tend to like put tension on your hair, and that brush will tend to like keep blocking your hair over time. You would not notice until one day you would realize that all your edges are gone because the brush you're using to like actually lay your edges is actually plucking out your hair from your scalp. That is something you want to like avoid. Probably you're laying your edges 7 times a week, which is actually very bad. I would not advise you to like lay your edges 7 times a week. You want to make sure that you're actually laying your edges once in a blue moon, once in a while. And if you actually lay your edges, you want to make use of edge brush that are actually like soft, okay, that will not place tension on your hair. If you're actually someone that do not have an edge brush to like lay your edges, and you're actually making use of toothbrush, you want to make sure that the toothbrush you're actually using, it is very very soft for your hair, not very hard, so that that brush do not like pick out or pluck out your hair from your scalp, which can lead to you losing your edges. The next one is for you to avoid tight hairstyles and basically hair extensions. I know it's actually good to look good. Everybody wants to look good. You want to make good hairstyles, but you have to be very picky or very choosy when it comes to the type of hairstyles you're making. If you're actually one person that love making your hair, you want to make sure that the stylist that is actually making your hair knows how to like handle your hair, your natural hair, so that you don't get to like lose your edges. Like me, for example, I do not jump from one stylist to another because I'm very careful as the kind of person that handle my hair. If you handle my hair very well, me and you, 5 and 6 forever, I'll keep coming to your salon. That is it basically. You need to look for a stylist that knows how to handle natural hair, that would handle your hair well for you. That even if you're making extensions or a particular hairstyle, they will not do it so tight, neither will they place tension on your hair. Because today, a lot of people don't know how to like handle natural hair. All they know how to do is to style your hair. You pay them their money and you go. That's it. They don't care if your hair is in a good state or not. All they are all concerned about is to make sure that your hair is done. But you as an individual, you need to pay attention to the health of your hair. If the stylist is not handling your hair very well for you, please do not go back there. If you're actually making your hair and the stylist is actually not listening to what you have to say to them regarding your hair, please do not go back there. If they're actually using wrong tools to like comb your hair or whatever, and you speak up and they still do not pay attention or take correction, please do not go back there. Be very careful when it comes to the stylist that you choose to make your hair for you, basically. In as much as you want to like choose a very good hairstylist, you still need to pay attention to the type of hairstyles you're making. When you're making hairstyles, try not to make hairstyle that will place tension on your hair, probably like Ghana weaving. I know Ghana weaving can be very 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 beautiful, okay, but when you're making such hairstyles, make sure you don't do it so frequent. Like when you make it this month, next month you're making it, the third month you're making it, the fourth month you're making it. If you keep doing hairstyles like that that will place tension on your edges, what happens to your edges? You will definitely lose your edges, and that is something you don't want to happen. So try not to make tight hairstyles, and try as much as you can not to be making extension often. Making extensions often can also lead to you losing your edges. Like I said, yeah. Even if you're not making hair extensions often, the normal hairstyle you make with your natural hair, make sure it's not too tight. Probably you're making a cornrow. Make sure that the top is not too tight so that you don't get to like lose your edges basically. So you have to be very picky when it comes to the type of hairstyle you're installing on your head. Okay? Another one is for you to be careful with the type of wigs you're actually putting on. Yeah. It has to be mentioned because a lot of people lose their edges because of the wigs they put on. Like I said, I know everybody wants to look good, but do you want to look good at the detriment of your edges? Your answer, please? No. Nobody wants to look good and their edges is being affected, because if at the end of the day you still remove that your wig and your edges is not looking nice, you'll feel very bad. You'll feel ashamed to like open your hair and move out. You still have to fall back to like wig to like cover your edges, which is actually not a good thing. You want to be able to rock your hair without wigs, so you have to be very careful when putting on your wig, or when installing wigs. If you are somebody that love installing frontals every time, my sister, it is going to cause you to lose your edges, because basically you are frequently placing tension on your edges. You're always using glues to like lay your edges, and when you want to remove that wig, what happens? You have to like draw it out for you to remove your wig, and you're doing that constantly. So how then do you expect your edges to be intact? your edges would not be intact. So you want to reduce the frequency as to how you install frontals, okay? And when you are putting on normal wigs, probably your closure or whatever, your glueless wig, you want to make sure that your wigs are not sitting on your edges all the time. And even if it is sitting on your edges, make sure you're not wearing your wigs frequently and constantly, because you might say, okay, I'm wearing my wig today, it's sitting on my edges, I'm going to remove it today. So nothing is going to happen to my edges. Nothing might happen to your edges today if you do that today. Nothing might happen to your edges if you do that tomorrow or the day after. But what happens when you get to like do that constantly? Over time, you notice that your edges are gone. And that's one thing about when it comes to people losing their edges. They don't know when they actually lose their edges. You would not know. You are just making hairstyles, you're handling your hair the best way you can, but you're not really like paying attention to your edges. One day, it will just dawn on you when you just realize that your edges are gone. And I've actually lost my edges before, so I can relate. I was actually making my hair, okay, not even extension, just normal cornrows and all of that. But I noticed that the stylist I was actually using then was not really like handling my hair so well. But I still kept on going there. I don't know why I still went on going there. Don't judge me, please. But one day I just realized that the way my edges was looking was not the way I knew my edges to be. That was when I realized that I've actually lost my edges. So what did I do? I actually quit going to that particular hairstylist that used to style my hair for me, because I realized that probably because of the hairstyle she's making for me then, that was the main reason as to why I lost my edges. That is even the reason, not like that may be the reason. That is the reason why I lost my edges. So I had to like put in the effort. It took years before my edges could like grow out, because it was really, really bad. I think I'm going to insert a picture if I have it somewhere around this video for you to see. I had to make oh my god, I had to put in so much effort. I had to be patient. I had to like quit making tight hairstyles. I was very conscious when it comes to the type of hairstyle I make. And I tried to like massage my edges every night just to like stimulate blood circulation around my edges so that it can aid growth. So this is one thing you want to do. If you have actually lost your edges, one thing that is going to help you so much, very, very much, is for you to like frequently massage your scalp just to like stimulate blood circulation around there, which can also aid growth. So always massage your scalp frequently, daily, probably in the morning or in the night. Make sure that you're actually massaging it the right way. That's something that's going to help you. Another thing that's going to help you is for you to hydrate your edges. And what do I mean hydrate your edges? I mean constantly keeping your edges moisturized. You don't want your edges to be looking dry. It's not supposed to be so. Your hair needs to be looking moisturized 247. Even if it is not moisturized, please try to keep your edges intact. Try to care for your edges so that you would not lose your edges in any way. This is something that is going to help you a whole lot. So I've actually mentioned some of the things you need to stop doing. You need to stop using wrong tools when you're actually handling your hair. Stop using the wrong tools, and also avoid tight hairstyles. Be careful when you are putting on your wigs and all of that. Probably you're installing frontals. And also, for you to like grow your edges, you need to be constantly massaging your scalp and also hydrate your hair. Basically, keep your hair moisturized. I want you to bear in mind that no oil, no oil will grow your hair so fast if you actually not like putting in that effort to like care for your hair properly, because you cannot just carry oil and apply to your hair without caring for it. If you want to like make your edges grow, you have to make use of oil. Oils are actually good when it comes to growing back your edges, but you have to like check out your routine. Avoid using wrong tools, avoid tight hairstyles, avoid placing your wigs on your edges all the time. If you're actually doing all this and you're using hair oil, do you think your hair will grow? No, it will not grow. So you need to check your routines to make sure you are doing everything properly. Coupled with the fact that you're using a very good oil and massaging your scalp and keeping your hair moisturized, that way you can actually grow your hair. Let me remind you once more, you have to be very patient when it comes to growing your edges. It is going to take a lot of time. You have to keep doing it constantly for you to see results. So this is how I come to the end of my video. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a very big thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, and share this video as well. On this note, see you in my next video. Until then, remember to stay fabulous. Bye.